Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda
Yes, Nityanandam, and welcome back. Hope you're able to hear us after today's darshan. Uh, Again, amazing time and message with Swamiji, and we will now resume and enter into our next sessions of Paramashivoham. As today we are discovering the science of relationships that Swamiji has revealed. We are going through the living Advaita process. We'll be resuming and um, we will be discovering other dimensions of the science of relationship that Swamiji has gifted us with. And to start with, of course, after the darshan, as usual, we'll be having another round of the power manifestation. So we encourage all of you to take part. We also want to remind of the context. Every time you manifest the power, every time, even if you just play with the power, even if you feel that it's not manifesting, like you're not yet seeing the result happening, that is fine. Just sitting with Swamiji and working on it, entangling more and more with Swamiji, that will break all your patterns and that will give you the experience that you are Paramashiva. And you will start just naturally having such a high inner image, and all the low images that you have will just melt down. We have covered this topic already so many times, the different images that we have: inner image, outer image, life image, others image, and how when all of these are in alignment, you live your authentic identity. And of course, through the completion and all these long processes, we can achieve that, of course. But through the power manifestation, when you sit with Swamiji and when you remember yourself as Paramashiva and that grows as an experience inside you, then your authentic identity will simply start manifesting. And along with that, you will start manifesting the best body and mind, and you will see that so much, even physical healing will start happening. So the time of the power manifestation is literally the peak that we are experiencing. So we encourage all of you, even if you feel that you have difficulties, you can share where is it that you feel stuck. Maybe you feel that you're just sitting and you feel that nothing is happening, and that is fine. We can guide you. We can tell you how you can have a breakthrough. And by reminding the context, we encourage all of you to take part and attempt. As Swamiji says, it's all about persistence and consistency. So if you have persistence and consistency, getting involved every day in a power manifestation session, we will surely see the breakthrough happening. And today we are manifesting the power of Garima, which is decreasing or changing the weight of objects. And again, the context why we chose this power today, as we are working on the completion with others. We explained it before. Every thought that you have has weight. So when you are having more incompletions, then these will be gravitating thoughts, means thoughts that pull you down, thoughts that make you feel more tired, more bound. And this has a direct weight. You can feel it even physically when you have incompletion, how everything feels more difficult. This is the weight of thoughts. But with this power, when you change the weight, you are actually changing your thoughts. When the weight of the object moves, your own thought current change. And this is connected to the relationships as well, because when you are in completion with others, they listen to you, and that extends to even inanimate beings. You will be able to have a space of completion with everything around you. All right. So with this, we'll be starting this power manifestation. We invite all of you to get ready. You can preferably manifest this power on a small object that is not too heavy to start with. It could be like the cap of a water bottle. It could be just a coin or dice, something of this size, something pretty small. And make sure to take a precise measurement, as precise as you can. And if you have, especially like it's kind of a weighing scale used for jewelry, will give you a precise measurement so that you'll be able to see the difference, even if it is very minor. And otherwise, you can try using a kitchen weighing scale or download a weighing scale app on your mobile, and you can also use that to take a measurement of the weight of the object. So once you have taken the measurement, make sure to note it down so that you can compare the value afterwards, and you can prepare yourself and settle down. Make sure to have your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and sit with authenticity and with Shraddha, as Swamiji explained just recently, especially in the case of spiritual seekers. We miss experiencing the goal because we lack Shraddha, the authentic, ferocious decision and consistency. So here, let us decide to have this Shraddha, the ferocious decision. It's all about being in oneness with Swamiji. So throughout this power manifestation, you're going to have a conscious will to alter the weight of the object and keep your intention, keep your focus on experiencing oneness with Swamiji. Again and again, experiencing more oneness with Swamiji, because remember, if for those of you who have experienced the power manifestation, you will be able to relate with the way it happens. You just sit, and at some point, simply Swamiji manifests it through you. It's not an effort that you are doing by yourself. You just make yourself as a channel. You just connect with Swamiji, and Swamiji manifests it through you. All right? Once you are ready, chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, and have your awareness on the third eye. Connect with Swamiji in your inner space, and make a conscious will, a conscious declaration for the weight of the objects to change. Let's begin.
நித்யானந்த கணபதியை துதித்து ஆனந்தேஸ்வரரையும் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரியையும் வர்ணித்து ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே அண்ணாமலையோனே ஆதிசிவரூபா அண்ணாமலையோனே ஆதிசிவரூபா ஆனந்தபுரியமர்ந்து ஞானம் தரும் சீலா ஆனந்தேஸ்வரா ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்த ஈசனவன் மடி மீது அமர்ந்து ஆனந்த ஈசனவன் மடி மீது அமர்ந்து அகிலம் தன்னை காக்கும் அன்னை आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे वाळयडि वाळयन ஞானகுலம் தழைக்க வாழையடி வாழையன ஞானகுலம் தழைக்க குலையோடு வாழை மரம் பந்தலிலே பூட்ட ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोहमे ஈஸ்வரி கண்ணூஞ்சலாடி இருந்தாள்.
ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன். ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன். ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன். ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன். வேத கோஷங்கள் முழங்கிட விண்ணோர் மண்ணோர் மகிழ்ந்திட.
Yes. So you can now take another measurement of the object and you can verify if you have succeeded in changing the weight, if you observe any change in the weight. Even if it is minor, just a few milligrams changes. Make sure to use the same method to measure that you utilized before, and once you have verified, you can share the results. And keep in mind, as always, when we manifest powers, when we sit with Swamiji, it always reveals us to ourselves. And if you see what's going on inside you during this round of the power manifestation, this will give you a lot of clarity about what kind of cognitions you have. Is there any incompletion? The power itself could be stuck due to a specific incompletion that you had about a person, and this will all be revealed to you when you sit and when you manifest this power. And on the other hand, if you have succeeded, then you'll also be able to see that the powerful cognitions, whatever you have learned, just starts to manifest and it will become a part of your inner space. All right. So you can go ahead and verify the weight. You can share the results of your power manifestation in the chat with us, and any experience or any click that you had, you can type and let us know. And we will now continue with our sessions on the science of relationship. Now, our next session is going to be on the topic, everything your life is made of is your expression. So here Swamiji will be explaining how it is the cognitions that we have inside us that shape our life, and how to transform our relationships and every dimension of our life in the same way. For example, Swamiji explains how if you want to manifest wealth, you cannot just decide to get out of poverty, because your whole focus will only be about poverty. You will only be remembering that. You have to create a positive visualization or powerful cognition about wealth and deciding to manifest wealth. And the same will apply in relationship. For example, if you have conflict, let's say with your spouse or someone whom you lived with in your family, for example, if when you want to restore completion with that person, heal the relationship, if you continue to remember the incidents or the incompletion that happened, they will only be fueled more and manifest more. So here Swamiji, it is directly connected to the session that we went through before on how to manifest the Sada Shiva Rahasya, always keeping the right thing inside us to create the reality that we want. All right, so come to the space of listening. We'll now begin this next session.
Now listen to this thought current. Everything your life is made of is your very expression. Listen, everything your life is made of is your very expression. Experientially, playing with them, changing them, altering them, manipulating them is powers, siddhis. Understanding, no need to play with any of this, you are beyond, and going beyond is enlightenment. Listen now. Listen now. Now what I said is pure science. Mahadeva gives a very powerful practical methodology to experientially realize this statement. The statement which I uttered now is a sutra, pure science. Whatever you see in your life, including the walls of this hall and me sitting in front of you, this throne, your chair, the people sitting around you, everything is made of a material which is from inside you. You can alter, manipulate, extend, reduce, change everything as you want. Please understand. Everything you see in your life is made out of a stuff which comes from your very self. The wax, the material in which your waking state is made and your dream state is made, that material is from you, inside you, just like cobweb. It's from you, the material is manifested. Listen. Listen. How this can become our realization? How this can become our realization? This thought current now which I said is a pure science. Now Mahadeva comes next to applied science. How to make that into reality for you and how to use that in your day-to-day life. It's a very beautiful revelation. Listen. Mahadeva says, early morning, the period of Brahma Muhurta, where the so-called reality, waking state has not become 100% real for you, and the dream state has not yet become 100% dream state for you, where you are just moving in between. Brahma Muhurta, morning 4:30 to 6, where your inner space, some moments is in waking state, some moments in the dream state. Make use of that time to infuse some ideas into your system. Listen. For example, you are feeling life around you and inside you is very poor. You are not having enough resources. You want wealth. Try to play early morning, that 4:30 to 6, infusing yourself with the idea, let me manifest wealth. Your visualization should be more towards wealth, not towards moving away from poverty. Please understand, if you say, let me move out of poverty, you will be all the time visualizing poverty. No. Move towards wealth, visualizing wealth. The first thing will happen when you consciously play with your Brahma Muhurta consciousness. That is a unique consciousness. That's a unique time and space where you are neither fully awake, nor fully sleeping, nor fully dreaming. You are like a original material out of which you are made is available for alteration, transformation, manipulation. The material out of which you are made is available to yourself at that moment. Just few days from today to next Sunday, this 1 week, every morning, this Brahma Muhurta time, try to play with your consciousness. I gave you the example of money because that is the biggest problem everyone has. Whether you have or don't have, you have a problem. If you don't have some type of problem, if you have some type of problem, you can work on even your health. You can work on your relationships. You can work on your fulfillment, feeling alone, empty, lonely, on anything you can work. Try to visualize what you want to manifest. It will not take more than 3 or 4 days for you to realize actually you are setting the trend and thought current. You are setting the trend and thought current of what you want to express in that Brahma Muhurta time. Sleeping during that time means wasting your life. Do not entertain. Please listen. Do not entertain the thought currents which are not directly conducive for your life at those moments. Because whatever you entertain during that time will become part of you. Now play with this thought current, this Kundalini thought current. The first realization you will have is your whole life is not solid as you think. It is just liquid or semi-solid. It is liquid or semi-solid. You can manipulate it. You can manifest it. You can play around with it. Understand? Now, unfortunately, you guys have already frozen. See, after 6, you get frozen. Now, anything I tell, it takes time for it, that thought current to reach your being. But at that moment of Brahma Muhurta, anything you try to infuse into you, very easily it goes, just like a needle moves into the banana. It can just enter into your system. Meditate on this. This thought current can awaken your Kundalini. Kundalini awakening means understanding you and the stuff out of which your life is made is ultimately from you. Because of that, you can transform, manifest, manipulate, play around, do anything you want with the stuff out of which your life is made. Understand? When you work on this thought current of everything you manifest is you, just work on it this week. In 2-3 days itself, you will understand the reality, the truth of this statement. I am not saying believe this statement, what I am uttering. No. It is too much, you can't even believe. You need to work with it. You need to work with this thought current. Next 1 week, every morning, 4:30 you have to get up. In that boring, frustrated mood where you curse everyone around you and inside you for waking you up at 4:30. You curse the alarm, you curse the bed, you curse the pillow, you curse the fan, you curse the AC, you curse everyone around you, outside you, inside you, you curse your bathroom, you curse the bucket, you curse the wash basin, you curse the broomstick. So in that mood, stop cursing and put this idea, sit and think, contemplate. Swamiji said, me and my life, everything around me, inside me, I am manifesting that material, that stuff. If I see love, if I see anger, if I see frustration, if I see enmity, if I see friendliness, everything I see in my life, I perceive in my life, I experience in my life, all that is manifested from me. So I will enter into the second and third verse of Jnana Paddhati. Tatsarvam gatayishyami yoga yuktya shrunupriye yatsvarupam nijam suddham vyapakam sarvatomukam sarvabhudantaravastam sarvapranishu jivanam yogagamyam durasadam dushprabam hridadambihi. Mahadeva Paramashiva is saying in the second verse, Yat Swarupam Nijam Suddham, my state is real and pure. Listen. Yesterday I was revealing an important secret, the sacred secret. You need to decide to behave with yourself as Paramashiva. You need to be convinced. Blessed are those who are able to convince themselves that they are ultimate. Means they are able to cross the last delusion of self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. I tell you, bhakti should be the expression of the gratitude and powerfulness of everything you have been given, not from the attitude that you are separate from the source. Understand? I overflow with gratitude and bhakti to my Guru, not because I am separate from him, but because he made me realize he is me. Understand? The right understanding. Listen very carefully. The identity you carry in the waking state, identity you carry in the deep sleep state, identity you carry in the dream state, identity you carry in Turiya state, and identity you experience in Turiyatita state, in all the 25 states of consciousness, each identity is independent. The moment you realize the undercurrent of all these 25 identities, your pure consciousness, which is the source of you and which is Paramashivam, all the 25 heads, 25 identities gets integrated. That is why Paramashiva is always described with the 25 heads. Means, who has realized his 25 identity is in oneness with his source consciousness, pure Paramashiva, ultimate. As long as your identities play separate games, without getting integrated to the source, you continue to remain in suffering. When you are ready to cross your self-doubt, understand, courage to cross the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred is tapas, vairagya. Ferociousness you need to cross your self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt is called tapas. It can be psychological ferociousness, it can be physical ferociousness, it can be ferociousness to detoxify your system, ferociousness to break from patterns, ferociousness to break from addictions, ferociousness to manifest the higher understandings, ferociousness to live the higher understandings. It can be anything. Understand? The ferociousness to cross the self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, to reach you are one with Paramashiva is tapas. Blessed are those who decide they are one with Paramashiva, who cognize they are one with Paramashiva, because other than him nothing else can exist. If something else can exist other than him, then he cannot exist. He is the only Purusha. There cannot be anything other than oneness. That is why it is oneness. So if you feel you exist, you are only Paramashiva. You exist only as Paramashiva. Any other identity you assume is assumption. Understand? Nothing else can exist. And nothing else exists. Demand everything to be Paramashiva. I tell you, that is what is manifesting the state of Paramashiva. Deciding, declaring yourself as Paramashiva to yourself, intensely demanding yourself to be Paramashiva by yourself is what is manifesting the space, the state of Paramashiva. That is what is manifesting the state of Paramashiva. I really want all the Paramashivoham participants to start practicing. Declare yourself as Paramashiva to yourself and demand yourself to be Paramashiva. Talk to yourself as you are Paramashiva. Think yourself as Paramashiva. Behave with yourself as Paramashiva. Start from today. I bless you all to achieve success. From today, behave with yourself as Paramashiva. Start manifesting the state of Paramashiva. Paramashiva moves this whole universe without thoughts, being in the state of Paramashanta Swarupa. That shows thoughts are not needed to run your existence as Paramashiva manifested it. Thoughts are your feeling something is missing, inadequate, not enough, incomplete. That insecurity, suffocation, incompletion, that generates something cranky, worms going in your brain. Parasites running in your intestine. That crankiness, the thoughts and thought currents generated by that crankiness is not needed to run your life. This is the most powerful, important cognition you need to cognize. Understand, Hinduism fundamentally does not believe in belief system or faith system. It very clearly explains the methodology of powerful cognition-based functioning system. I am not going to tell you, believe, you don't need thoughts to run your life. No. I am going to say, Shravana, listen, Manana, internalize, Nididhyasana, start living this powerful cognition. So the powerful cognition I am giving you now, Paramashiva, running the whole universe, much more than what we are running in our life. He is running it from the space of Paramashanta Swarupa, without any thought currents, out of pure intelligence. When he can run, you can run. Decide. You will be in the space and state of Paramashiva, Paramashanta Swarupa, and live your life. You will see thoughts and thought currents become redundant. They just fall off from you. Like a old skin getting peeled off and falling. The old hair falling. Old nail falling. Just like old things fall off from you, the ideology you need thoughts and thought currents to run your life will fall off from you. Meditate on this powerful cognition, internalize it, manifest it. Do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana of Paramashanta Swarupa. Paramashiva, who is so big, he does not need thoughts even to run this whole universe. Even to run this whole universe, he does not need thoughts. Why do you need thoughts to run your life? Too small. Decide to be in his space by listening, internalizing and manifesting this powerful cognition in your inner space. Live and experience thoughtless space. There is a space below your heart center, above the navel center, Anandagandha chakra, where all the 21 chakras, above 7, middle 7, below 7, all the 21 chakras merge in. In that Anandagandha space, remember you are Paramashiva. What you feel as Paramashiva, what you feel as I and Paramashiva is one and the same. With that decision to cognize Paramashivoham, Paramashanta Swarupa, Paramashivoham, he will manifest more and make you cognize you don't need thoughts and thought currents to run your life. Without thoughts and thought currents, just by directly manifesting his intuition and Paramashanta Swarupa, you become more and more efficient, more and more energetic, more and more alive, more and more spiritual, more and more strong, more and more enlightened. Your breathing and his breathing is one and the same. Please understand, this is the real good news he wants to tell you. If you are breathing, he is breathing inside you. Your breathing touches his breathing and comes back. Every time when you are inhaling, goes in and turns to come out, it touches his breathing and then comes out. So where your inhaling breath takes a turn as exhaling breath, that is where he is residing, he is available to you. His breathing and your breathing connects, only then takes a turn. That space is Paramashanta Swarupa. Because of that unfortunate thought current of irresponsibility becomes spirituality. We lost some of the most beautiful, most important contributions we have done to planet Earth. The origin and ultimate. Listen carefully. The origin and ultimate are one and the same in Vedagamic traditions. That is why the vision document is complete. The basic units, principles, tattvas with which we are asked to function is complete. Integrity is a tattva to measure your expression. The depth of integrity, the amount of integrity you cognize about each subject, that will be the expression, spontaneous expression of you. When somebody asks you, why do you pour? Is, we pour on Sadashiva, not on Linga. Because every time I pour, I know I am pouring on Sadashiva. It falls on Linga. In Hindu tradition, if you don't find any Linga, you can just keep a heap of sand on the floor. Just sit, try to get any stone. If you don't get any stone, just get heap of sand and start worshipping that as a Linga. That's the way Sita did in Rameshwaram. One of the most important Jyotirlinga, Ramanatha Swami, is just a heap of sand touched by Sita with the great sacred sentiment, the bhava, O Mahadeva, Sadashiva, Iha Agaccha, Igatishta. The power of bhava of Sita, the beach sand becomes Ramanatha. Understand? We pour on Sadashiva, not on Linga. It falls on Linga. Because we are so engrossed to whom we are pouring, sometimes we don't bother where it is falling. That is the first This should have been a first response from any practicing Shaivite. If you are integrated to your logic, naturally you will say, oh, I think it is oiling, massage. So that the stone won't crack. You mean to say it is oil massage therapy? And I do wonder, what kind of a stone absorbs the fat and maybe I don't know about that, so let me not get into that scene. And I do not know much about stone and I know only about Sadashiva. Let me stop myself. Let me restrict myself to what I know. Understand integrity. Listen carefully, because this is one of the important pain point with many people in the Sangha are suffering. In our Sangha, many people have the pain point with integrity. The moment I utter the word integrity, you only remember morning the integrity officer standing in front of you and waking up. Hey, get up for morning yoga! Listen. Now you need to understand the principle. Integrity is basically the unit with which our expression is measured. See, your source, consciousness, when it starts operating using this body and mind, it always gets integrated to something. Even if you don't want to get up, come to morning yoga, you are highly integrated to Nidra Devi. Means sleep. You are highly integrated to your bed. And you are highly integrated to your tiredness. Understand? Then don't blame, whole day I am feeling bored and depressed and tired. That is what you are integrated in the early morning. Understand? When the sun rises, to what you are integrated, you will be integrated to that till the sun sets. When the sun sets, to what you are integrated, you will be integrated to that till again sun rises. Understand? It's a basic principle of life. So when sun rises, to what you are integrated matters, because that is the time the commands are given to your body about the whole day which you are supposed to do. The plans are delivered to your system. If your plan is turning this side and pulling the blanket, functioning with these powerful cognitions will make you experience your spiritual legitimacy. It will make you understand the best, most superconscious way to exist and relate. Understand? The most superconscious way to exist and relate. The fundamental principles, fundamental superconscious way to exist and to relate with other humans, relate with the society, relate with the humanity, relate with money. See, from the superconscious existence, with the most powerful cognition, you are Paramashiva. If you relate with money, you will bring economical legitimacy to your identity. Poverty is nothing but economical illegitimacy to your identity. If you build a spiritual identity, right identity, you will manifest economical legitimacy, means wealth. You having wealth just because of your right identity is economical legitimacy for you. You having social success because of your powerful cognitions is social legitimacy for you. Because of your powerful cognitions, the way you carry yourself is accepted by everyone. The way you live becomes a culture, is cultural legitimacy for you. Bring powerful cognitions in your life, through that bring spiritual legitimacy to your existence, to your identity. With that strength, bring social, cultural, economic legitimacy to your existence. Naturally, you will be able to manifest anything you want. Understand? This whole science, manifesting the state, manifesting the space, manifesting the powers, manifesting the being, manifesting the superconsciousness of Paramashiva, listen. If you bring spiritual, social, cultural legitimacy to you, you will understand this science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, extreme chronic capitalism or exploiting pharmaceutical industries, enslaving psychiatry field and pseudo-psychiatrists, are cheating philosophies, brainwashing ideologies. For all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda. Paramashivoham.
Yes. So what a powerful revelation by Bhagwan, that everything that you do should be the expression that you are able to manifest Paramashiva. Whether you manifest powers, and Swami himself gave a example of pouring water on Shivalinga. The first, we start with not pouring water on Shivalinga, but we pour milk on water on Paramashiva. It falls on Linga. And everything that we do, whether we manifest relationship, we manifest everything, whatever we do, starting from yoga. Start with this powerful cognition to manifest Paramashiva in your life. When you start with the first, when the sun rises, the first cognition, the powerful cognition that you start with, that is the way the whole day is going to be. If you, as Swamiji gave the example, if you start the day with yoga, with powerfulness, with aliveness, with active, the whole day that is going to be like that. But if you pull your blanket in the morning when your sun rises, and pull the blanket and go to the bed again, and then you'll feel tired, bored the whole throughout the day, because that is how you started your powerful cognition at the beginning of the day. So start with this powerful cognitions. Bringing integrity to everything, whether it is your social legitimacy, your economic legitimacy, as Swami said, that when you bring economical legitimacy to economy, with the finance, the wealth, then you manifest wealth in your life. Economic illegitimacy brings poverty. So now in the relationship also, having the integrity in your relationship. So now with this, we'll be entering into the completion, internalization exercise.
Yes. So now let's continue with our series of exercises today on relationships. Previously, we covered different aspects of completion with relationships, one of which was the completion with the mother. Now we will be doing the completion with our father. So the first thing that we need to keep in mind is that the kind of a relationship and the kind of a completion that we have with our parents, that is going to decide the kind of a foundation that we have for our life. If we don't feel complete completion with our parents, regardless of whether they are in the body or not, if we don't feel that complete completion with them, both of them, we will have certain insecurity inside us about ourselves, and we will not feel completely stable and self-supported, self-sustained. Now, that is why we need to create and to bring that completion with both of them, and that will give us tremendous stability for life. So now, completion with the father. We're going to start by describing the relationship you have with your father. And if your father is not presently in the body, then describe, when you remember your father, what is the kind of relationship that you had the last time you met him? What is it that you feel right now when you remember your father? Still any incompletions? Pen all this down. And if your father is still in the body, just describe the relationship that you have with your father. Then go back in your life and describe all the incidents when you started judging your father and having incompletions with your father. So it could be that he's very strict, insensitive to me, and whatever it is, these kind of judgments and incompletion that you had with your father, and describe what actually happened in each situations. What were the facts? Actually, what your father said or did, which is the world. So what is actually happening, and then how you experienced it, which is your my world. So for example, you will feel that your father was very strict. So the world, maybe he shouted at you and he stopped you from doing something. And your so the world will be that he shouted at you and certain things happen. My world is, oh, he is very strict and he's authoritative, he doesn't care about me. That is the my world. So you are going to write all this down. This is going to be the first assignment. Let's start with that, and then after that we'll guide you to complete the exercise by doing the completion. Okay, so let's start. And so I'll be showing the assignment in just a moment. You can start by describing the relationship you have with your father. Write everything as it is. And if possible, we always encourage to write, to pen down by hand, because it always opens your inner space much more. You'll be more receptive than if you type. Okay, so I'll be showing the assignment now. If you have any doubt, you can go through it once again. Let's start.
Yes. So now we'll be moving on to the next step of this internalization exercise. So now invoke your father in the mirror. This is one of the technique of completion that you have already been introduced to. So invoke your father in the mirror and complete at least twice by talking out loud. Yes, you have to talk it loud when you are completing, when you are projecting your father in the mirror, invoking the father in the mirror, and completing with father. Make sure that you're talking it loud, not slowly, very smooth. Talk it loud, and then invoke your father. This is the first. This is after the first step. This is the second step. Then you'll be moving on to invoking your father in Swamiji's Atmurti. I hope all of you have that Swamiji's Atmurti. Even during the small Swamiji's Atmurti that you have in the puja kit, or also you can have the photo of Swamiji Atmurti, and then complete at least twice by talking out loud. This is the third step. And the next and the final step will be actually calling your father. Yes, this this is last step in which you'll be calling your father and completing with him in the same manner.
Yeah, so here make sure that you are very straight. Just read out whatever you have written and make sure. So when you read, you may feel some resistance. Certain words might feel painful. You might want to suppress or edit. So these are the words that you need to utter. So especially if you have resistance in some part, this is what you need to read out loud. So read it. And when you do that a few times, then the resistance will drop. And especially after reading and sharing to Swamiji, then you should feel that the resistance has been relieved already a lot, and then you'll be ready to directly speak to your father and repeating the same process. All right. So let's now begin. If you have any question, you can let us know. Yes. So we hope that you were all able to complete the exercise. We had also a question from Likic, I think, who was asking. We responded. You can let us know if you have been able to complete the exercise one. And so yeah, if your father is not in the body, you can do the 2 front steps, and you will just stop with these 2 steps. So you can let us know if you have done the exercise. In fact, I think we'll now be having a power manifestation session. And if any of you need more time, either for this exercise, ready? Okay, great. And there's more from Mama. Okay. So yeah, we'll be having a power manifestation session. And if any of you need a bit more time, either for this exercise or for any other exercise that you started today, since there will be a bit of time left, you can let us know in the chat if you want time for a specific exercise. Maybe we can give that. We can give a few more minutes after the power manifestation. And okay, so Mahabhairava Jnanaswarupi is saying that a lot of completion has happened. Okay, that's great. Every time you do all these exercises, yes, you will be experiencing a lot of completion. And remember, every time you complete with something, that will always go through your muscle memory. That's what Swamiji says. It will be pulled from the bio memory through the muscle memory. And then naturally, you'll be re-experiencing all those things physically in your body. The stomach feels better. Great, that's very good. And Swamiji says, the stomach is also, it is not only digesting the physical food, but it will be used to digest all the karmas, all those incompletions and all that will also be digested by the stomach. Great. All right. So let's now get ready. We'll be having another round of the power of Garima. And if you have experienced now a lot of completion, then from this new space, let's enter into the power manifestation. Let's decide for another breakthrough. If you have succeeded before, you can try another variation of the power. Maybe you can manifest in somebody's hands or on a heavier object, and or even at a distance if you like, or even on 2 objects at a time. All these things can be done. And you can start by taking the measurement. Make sure to note it down. Have a precise measurement as much as you can. If you don't have a weighing scale, use a phone app and measure the weight of the object. Remember that it is the space of completion that you bring within yourself and in your relationships that will be reflecting here in this power manifestation. So before you enter, sit with yourself, unclutch, create that space of completion, and connect with Swamiji. Start chanting the Mahavakya Om Nityananda Paramashivoham and bring your awareness to the third eye. Surrender yourself. Drop anything that goes on inside you, positive or negative, without judgment. Drop everything at Swamiji's feet, any expectation, any residue from whatever you have done the completion on. Drop everything and surrender yourself at Swamiji's feet. And make a conscious intention to alter the weight of the object. All right, let's start this round of the power manifestation.
ஞானங்கள் கோரி நித்யானந்த கணபதியை துதித்து ஆனந்தேஸ்வரரையும் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரியையும் வர்ணித்து ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண शीला आनन्देश्वरा आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्द ईशनवन् मडि मीது அமர்ந்து ஆனந்த ஈசனவன் மடி மீது அமர்ந்து அகிலம் தன்னை காக்கும் அன்னையன எழுந்த ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे वाழையடி வாழையன ஞான குலம் தழைக்க வாழையடி வாழையன ஞான குலம் தழைக்க குலையோடு வாழை மரம் பந்தலிலே பூட்ட ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி கல்யாண வைபோகமே आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण वैभोगमे आनन्देश्वरी कल्याण
ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் வேத கோஷங்கள் முழங்கிட விண்ணோர் மன்னோர் மகிழ்ந்திட வேத கோஷங்கள் முழங்கிட விண்ணோர் மன்னோர் மகிழ்ந்திட நாரதன் தும்புரு மீட்டிட நானிலம் முழுதும் ஆடிட நாரதன் தும்புரு மீட்டிட நானிலம் முழுதும் ஆடிட ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் தெய்வங்கள் ஆடிடும் ஊஞ்சலாம் தேவலோகத்தில் செய்த ஊஞ்சலாம் 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 தங்கத்திலான ஊஞ்சலாய் வைரத்தினில் அலங்காரமாய் தங்கத்திலான ஊஞ்சலாய் வைரத்தினில் அலங்காரமாய் பார்க்கும் பக்தர் நித்திய ஆனந்தமாய் தோன்றிடவே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி பார்க்கும் பக்தர் நித்திய ஆனந்தமாய் தோன்றிடவே ஆனந்தேஸ்வரி ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன் ஆனந்த ஊஞ்சலில் ஆடினாள் ஆனந்தேஸ்வரநாதனுடன்
आनन्देश्वरी तिरुमणवैभवम् शुभमङ्गलं नित्यशुभमङ्गलम्
Yes, you can open your eyes and you can take another measurement of the object with which you have manifested this power of Garima. And you can see if you observe any difference in the weight. And you can share your results with us. You can also share if you have experienced any cognitive shift, any kind of healing, whatever you experienced during this round, you can share that and let us know. And yes, and we hope that you are able to experience this power. However, I think that things are becoming heavier or bigger. That's good. Could you share which object you have manifested the power on, Ma? Just sort of curiosity. And can let us know. And congratulations to you all for taking part in this power. We hope that you were able to have a powerful experience of it. And as always, the more you keep practicing, you'll see that the breakthrough happened. Ultimately, you'll come to a space where you can just alter the weight of any object, even alter the weight of your own body at will. So it's all about establishing ourselves in the space of completion. Swamiji says the only thing that is needed for us to manifest power, that is the capacity to experience oneness. So we only need to develop that. We have learned about it today as well. And the more we are able to experience oneness, simply Swamiji will manifest all the powers for us. All right. So congratulations for taking part in this power, and you can share your results once you have taken the measurement. And it is now time to conclude today's day of Paramashivoham on relationships. Now, maybe to give a synthetic understanding or kind of a summary, essentially, relationships are extensions of us. Just like we learned when we learned about wealth, wealth is just an extension of us. Same way, relationships are direct extension of us, and each person in our life is always a reflection of what we have inside. And this is maybe one of the most difficult thing that how much ever we know about it, we don't want to accept it. That is, the people around us always reflect what we have inside. So if you face any kind of problem with someone, some incompletion you have in your relationships, always attend to it inside. Don't expect the other person to change. Always focus on bringing the change inside you. Actually, this happened with many of us, including myself. When I started my journey, and when the more and more completion started happening in me, I saw the people around me just started changing. They also, all the incompletions I had with them dropped, and finally they connected with Swamiji as well, even though I never sat with them for any completion process. Just because of the change I went through myself, I saw the change happening in them. So always remember, when you're having completion, you see that you'd like the people around you to change, bring the change inside you. You will see that even the people around you will start changing, and the way in which they relate with you will change, and ultimately you will also see that they start being connected with Swamiji eventually, and even joining you on this path. All right, so that's it for today's day of relationships. Hope that you are able to gain the insights that you need for your relationships to manifest the best and most fulfilling relationships in your life. And do come back tomorrow. We'll be having again an important day tomorrow.
And again, the day will be starting with the intense 308 asana sequence, Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. And tomorrow will be specifically the day itself will be dedicated to tapas, which is a passion with patience. And you'll be initiated into the most fundamental forms of responsibility, basically taking the responsibility of your own states of consciousness and the state in which you are living. And the four tattvas, the four principles, which you have already been introduced to it, you'll be more more looking into it and how to awaken these powers, the four powers associated with these principles, how to awaken these powers associated with these principles. And then we'll be entering into how, with these, when these powers are awakened, how you can go beyond suffering, go beyond the Maya and the suffering that we cause all the time and the torture that we do all the time. With these four principles, fundamental principles, how to go beyond the pain and suffering. So with this, we'll be concluding today's day with the Pon Mantra.
Yes.
So with your hands, bring your hands in Namaskar Mudra in front of your heart center as we finish with the Pon Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam.
Thank you all, Nityanandam.
Nityanandam.
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्या